Hi everybody, I'm Miss Emma. I work at McCall Outdoor Science School and I'm also a PCEI AmeriCorps member, and I am here to celebrate mud season by bringing you a video about two different kinds of tracks that I have a lot of trouble telling apart, and I thought I would give you some tips and tricks for how to tell them apart yourselves in your own backyards. So enjoy. Well, I don't know about you, but I've been seeing a lot of tracks around right now. So I've been seeing them in the snow that's melting, I've been seeing them in the mud that is where the snow is kind of melting onto, and I've also been seeing some in the sand. And so I thought that we would talk today about some tracks. So I drew two types of tracks here. You can see that these ones are for like dogs, foxes, coyotes, that kind of thing. These ones, if you can see with the sun, are for like cats, bobcats, cougars, all of that. And they look pretty similar, but there are just a couple differences. So I'm going to give you a little bit of time to see what is the same and what is different about these two kinds of tracks. And you can either just think to yourself, or I can pretend that I can hear you through this camera, or you can tell like your parent or your sibling or whoever else is around you. I'll give you just a little bit of time. Awesome. So some things that I noticed that are the same are that both of them have 4 toes and one like palm of their hand. So that's the same. But some things that are different. Did you all see that these cat tracks are kind of wider, whereas these ones are taller? And another thing I noticed are all of the fingernails. So for dogs and foxes and coyotes and all of them, they can't retract their fingernails, they can't draw those back, so those are always going to be hitting the ground. But for cats, they can kind of draw back their nails so that they're not always scratching the ground. And so that's one way you can tell them apart. And the last way takes a little bit of drawing, so let me get my pen out. But you can kind of draw this in the snow or sand or mud if you see these. So on the cat one, do you see all these toes are really close to the pad? They almost make a kind of C shape here. And you can think C is for cat. But over here with the dog, they have a lot more space in the middle. And what you can actually do is draw the letter X. So do you all see how this letter X fits, and it's not hitting any of the black parts of my drawing? And so that is an indication that this is a dog. So I don't know if you have cats or dogs at your house, but you can maybe gently look at their paws to see if you notice these as well. So what I'd like you to do this week is I'd like you to go see if you can find any tracks. So some places that I've been finding them right now are in the snow, if there's any left in your yard. You can also look where the snow is melting and making the ground wet. There's kind of some mud there, and sometimes you can find tracks there. And lastly, if you live near sand, sometimes you can find tracks in the sand, but sometimes the ones in the sand, it's a little bit harder to tell what they are. So, I had fun learning with all of you today. See you later.